Hi, second graders. So in first grade, you practiced counting by fives and by tens. You solved problems and counted by fives when finding out how many fingers or toes were in your class or at your table. We call that skip counting by fives. Now let's practice skip counting by fives together.
Okay, I want to hear you count with me. We're counting by fives. Every time we say a number, I will color it and we're going to look and see if we can notice a pattern. So we start with 5. And when we're skip counting by fives, it's called skip counting by fives because we're skipping 5 numbers. So if I start at 0, I skip 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I land. That's why the first number we say is 5. Then I skip 5 more numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we get to 10. So let's start counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. I want you to go ahead and pause the video right now and talk about any patterns that you notice. Great job finding those patterns. So now I want you to think, when do you count by fives? When would be a time in math that we would skip count by fives? When we count money, we would skip count by fives, especially if there are nickels, because nickels are worth 5 cents each. When would be another time in math that we would count by fives? Telling time is another time that we count by fives. Let's look at this drawing.
To tell the time, I look at the hour hand first, my hour hands pointing to the 3. But for the minute hand, my minutes are not 6. I need to count by fives to figure out how many minutes. So I would start at 12. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Our time is 3:30. So with our clock, it is divided up into hours and minutes. Our shorter hand is our hour hand, remember? So that's telling us our hour, but our long hand is our minute hand. One way that you can remember it is the word hour is shorter than the word minute. Minute has more letters in it, so it's the longer hand. So when we're telling our time, I'm looking at my hour hand, so it's pointing to the 1, and then I'm looking at my minute hand. My minute hand is pointing to the 12, which shows that is the new hour, so that's o'clock. We don't say 60, we don't say 1:60, we say 1 o'clock. But let's look about what happens when our minute hand moves. So every little dot on our clock represents a new minute. And they are sectioned off into groups of 5. So we can see that from the 12 to the 1, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. That's why when we're counting our minutes, we can count by fives. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. The time on my clock is 1:20. So now you are going to go work on some problems on your own where you are counting coins and you are going to be practicing telling the time to the nearest 5 minutes. Have a great day.